Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening, rather. This is the old Cajun, Lawrence Guidry, coming to you from the heart of the Ozark Mountains in southwest Missouri. Good evening, my friends. Again, if you would, before we start, please click on the subscribe button. I need all the help I can get, folks. Tonight, I think we're going to cover a little something a little different tonight, folks. It's another approach to the old pandemic. So this I wrote this a couple of months ago. So tonight I'm gonna bring it to you and let me know. Please let me know what you think about it. Okay, here it goes. It's called "The Curse is Still Sneaking Around." Yes, the curse is still sneaking around us, all of us. It is an invisible curse that is a silent killer. We cannot see it, but like the wind, we can see the effects of it passing through our families, our homes, our towns, our cities, and our countrysides, sneaking throughout the world of ours and looking for its next victim or victims. How can we battle against such a thing? We cannot literally see which way it is going. We can only see its after effect, just like a tornado that just appears out of the clouds and funnels towards Earth with wind speed sometimes around 300 miles per hour. Wow, that's such a small area. That's some high wind, folks, let me tell you. And it stays on the ground to do its ugly thing and just disappears after a short period of time, damaging homes, our property, and at times it takes our very lives. Have any of you folks ever faced a tornado in person? It's not, you know, then if you haven't really faced one, and I'm speaking from real experience, folks, you have no idea what the power these things have. As a kid growing up in southwest Louisiana, I've seen more than my fair share of these monsters. But I never did see a tornado. I've always heard them passing over at night during the hurricane. And believe you me, at night, the sound it makes is very scary, especially to a 12-year-old young boy. That's the age I was at the time I went through my first hurricane, folks, that I couldn't recall. I can still recall my first experience with these bad storms, folks. It's still sends goosebumps throughout my body. I saw my first tornado, but I did finally first see my tornado, and the first tornado in the flesh. And you won't believe, and find it hard to believe where I did see it. It happened to be in Salt Lake City, Utah, folks. Yes, in the desert. Can you believe that? In fact, that was the first time in recorded history that a tornado ever hit Salt Lake City. And I had to go all the way there to the desert, folks, to see it. Wow, how can we mere humans battle such power, folks? Can you imagine? Now the Salt Lake City, let me tell you about the Salt Lake City tornado. You're probably wondering what a Louisiana boy was doing in the middle of a desert in Salt Lake City, Utah. Well, I will tell you, my wife Grayson has two brothers that live there. They have been there for years. I believe her older brother Daniel has lived in that area since 1978, and her brother Donald has been there since 1985, I believe. They have been there for a while. They even sound like they grew up there, if you believe that. I went to Salt Lake City employment office for a job, and I was reading the job board, and one of the job recruiters approached me, and he asked me if I had any experience in security. I said yes. I spent over 22 years in the military and had a lot of experience with security. So he asked me a few questions, took me to a private room, asked me a few questions about, and after he finished quizzing me, he hired me. And as manager of the HK Tower security system in Salt Lake City, right next to the what was called the what is that place called? Where the Salt Lake Jazz, the Delta Center, play their basketball games. Okay, and that particular day, folks, I usually have my lunch around 12 p.m. But that particular day, I had a late meal of around 1:30 or 2 p.m. The lunchroom is located on the 9th floor, and of course it's a soundproof room, and you can't hear anything that's happening outside. But the window, it's lined up from one end to the other. I mean, the room from one end to the other is just window with about 4-foot bricks below it on the floor. But the rest is just strictly soundproof windows, very thick windows. And I was just sitting there having my lunch on the 9th floor, and I happened to look towards the window, and to me, what I thought was, I said, "Oh, look, a dust devil," and I suddenly realized that, wait a minute, that can't be a dust devil. I was on the 9th floor, and I said, "Hey, look, a tornado!" So at that particular, tornado, and I saw, everybody rushed over to the side of the window and looked to see, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what I saw was, it didn't see a sound, but it was real cloudy. And I saw a tornado headed towards the housing area there, and I saw transformers popping like firecrackers in the air, and I saw whole roofs fly off the houses, and it's, it was just a total mess. And then all of a sudden, it just disappeared back up into the sky after it passed by Brigham Young University. And then, regrettably, one man lost his life next to Delta Center. He had furniture in a tent next by. So prior to coming towards us, visit our building, inside the building, it killed that person there. Okay, then, and now let's get back to the virus. President Trump said, removed Congress, created chairman of the federal panel to oversee his management of the $2 trillion stimulus package. As you well know, that somebody will see another instance of the president chafing at the independent oversight, and well, they want to see exactly how he's spending every dollar, and he didn't want to do that. And it also, about the virus affecting Black Americans. It seems that because they're flagging Black America, especially because they seem to say it says the reason why, it says African Americans to a great extent, it's affecting the pandemic affecting African Americans to a great extent because socially. Socially, let's see what it says here. This is a group of, or as a group, African Americans in the United States have a higher rate of poverty, housing, and food insecurity, unemployment, and chronic medical conditions and disability. I think that's the heart of it, folks. It's affecting Black Americans more because of medical conditions and disabilities, and that's about it. And in conclusion, the silent killer is still going through our world, folks, trying to kill as many of us as it can. We should all take the necessary precautions that our government and health organization request us to take. And when this coronavirus does go away, and it will eventually go away, folks, we must prepare for it next year, because I believe this will become a seasonal thing, folks. Storms like the coronavirus comes upon us at times unexpected. We have to be prepared at all times, just like a thief in the night. That when he or she will come into your house, like the coronavirus. But be prepared, folks. Thank you again for viewing this, viewing my article and listening to me speak about it, folks. I do appreciate it, folks. And again, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave it in the comments below. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like me to see and make videos about, I'm more than happy to do that, folks. Just leave me a comment at the bottom, folks. And again, click on the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified when I put out a new video or a new talk, push on the bell and click on all. Again, folks, have a good evening, a great day tomorrow, and a fantastic weekend, folks. And don't let this virus get you down. Stay healthy, stay wise. Don't believe everything you hear until you prove it, folks. And folks, may God bless, and we'll see you next time.